I think it goes without saying that as an Animal Crossing fan, 2023 hasn't been the most positive year. So far, a lot of the news we've gotten in relation to the series has been either dead silence or something more on the negative side. I'm looking at you 3DS and Wii U eShop closures. You just had to go and break our hearts. But honestly, it isn't all bad. There are actually some things to look forward to in 2023, and that's just what we know about. Nintendo is a very unpredictable and super secretive company, as you all know by now, and although I like to keep my expectations in check, which I always think is a good idea so you don't get super disappointed, you genuinely never know what they have planned. Although, we definitely do know some things that they are going to be doing this year. So, I wanted to make a more positive video and take a look at some of the Animal Crossing related goings on in 2023 that could be really good news for our favorite game series. Now, if we're going based off the order of when big Nintendo things are happening this year, one thing that is confirmed is Gamescom 2023. Sadly, we don't really have many details about what Nintendo will actually be showing off here, although it is a little bit suspicious given the timing of this is in August, and Nintendo doesn't really have any games revealed to be coming out around that time. So that does indicate that they could have some surprise games in the works to show off for this event, something they haven't been to since 2019. I just wanted to mention it because it's definitely something to watch out for, and I would keep a close eye on it to see what Nintendo might share. Now, a Nintendo event in 2023 that Animal Crossing is actually confirmed for is Nintendo Live, which will be taking place from September 1st until the 4th. And as you can see by the advertisement for Nintendo Live, Animal Crossing is prominently shown off with a little image of Tom Nook and Isabelle. Nintendo Live is an event that has been taking place in Japan for quite a while, I believe. This is the first time, however, though, that it is making it outside of Japan as far as I'm aware. So Nintendo is making a pretty big deal out of promoting it, which is definitely exciting. However, I wouldn't get too excited for this particular event, as I think we already know exactly what we're going to see in terms of Animal Crossing here. See, Nintendo Live isn't really the time where they show off new games. It's not like Gamescom or a Nintendo Direct. Instead, it's more just a celebration of Nintendo. They have tournaments going on and playable demos and like cool live events and such. And that's probably exactly what they will show off for Animal Crossing. Last year in Japan, we got a DJ Paradise Mix show, which was really cool honestly, and that's probably what will actually appear for Animal Crossing, so this time an American audience can experience it in person for the first time too. They probably put a decent amount of work into this concert, so it makes sense they would want to reuse it. I also wouldn't be surprised if they had any Animal Crossing photo opportunities and cool displays and just goodies to give away for any potential Animal Crossing fans who are attending Nintendo Live, which I'm sure there will be a lot. I know this might sound a little bit disappointing, but honestly, I think it's good to know exactly what to expect with this particular event. Then if Nintendo does somehow shadow drop a new Animal Crossing game during this or something, it'll be a huge surprise and everyone would be so excited. But sadly, I really don't think that's what is happening. I'm still really happy though that Animal Crossing is playing a prominent part in this event. I think it does have good implications for the series. The fact that Nintendo is putting Animal Crossing up there with some of its other biggest games is really cool. I mean, consider that Animal Crossing is being shown off as a part of this event, but The Legend of Zelda isn't. That's kinda crazy to me. And yes, whilst it's not content within the game itself, I still think this is a lot of fun, and anyone who's attending will probably really enjoy watching this concert. We have to remember that for those of us who have watched the concert online, seeing a video of it on YouTube isn't nearly as good as actually attending and experiencing these events, which sadly a lot of us can't do. I'd still rather they reveal an Animal Crossing game, of course. I feel like everyone feels the same in terms of that. But it's still a nice little treat for Animal Crossing fans, and I'm glad that Animal Crossing is finally getting treated as the big franchise it actually is, and being prominently featured in these Nintendo events, rather than being pushed to the side like it was before Animal Crossing New Horizons come out. I think a lot of people forget just how neglected Animal Crossing felt in those years. One interesting detail though is the timing of Nintendo Live. It's happening from September the 1st to the 4th. One thing I definitely think they could actually announce during this event is a Nintendo Direct for September, which would probably come a week or two later. We pretty much guaranteed get a Nintendo Direct every single September without fail, so they definitely could announce that it is happening during this event just to get people really excited. And whilst there is no guarantee of course, September would be a great time for them to reveal something new for Animal Crossing, as Animal Crossing reveals have happened quite often in September Directs. Let's not forget, in the September Direct for 2021, that is when they teased the Animal Crossing Direct, which would bring us the huge 2.0 update and Happy in Paradise DLC. Not that I think they're going to do anything for New Horizons, that is, but it would be a great time for them to tease something for Animal Crossing's future. In fact, if I'm correct, I think a September Direct was when they confirmed to us that we would actually be getting an Animal Crossing game on the Switch for the very first time. They made a cool trailer with Tom Nook. It was right after the Isabelle in Smash reveal. So although your expectations might be low, which is understandable, just remember, pretty much everyone's expectations were low for that September 2021 Direct. It also should be mentioned that during one of these Nintendo Directs, Nintendo will probably announce what they plan to do next for the Nintendo Switch Online. Most recently, we saw Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games come to the service, which means that we could be getting ever closer to seeing GameCube games, and maybe even something like the DS which we had on the Wii U. I know that a lot of people doubt that it will happen, especially GameCube games, because people think Nintendo would just re-release them, which they often do. But I think any of the games we saw on the Wii U's Virtual Console are definitely fair play for Nintendo Switch. Especially Animal Crossing Wild World, which was a Virtual Console game on the Wii U. And of course now the Wii U eShop has closed down, so you literally cannot access this game. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we did get some developments like this for Nintendo Switch Online in 2023. I can't imagine what else they would reveal for it except more games for the existing services that they have. To be honest, this is probably the most realistic expectation on the list, I feel. Nintendo knows that Animal Crossing is a great way to sell Nintendo Switch Online. After all, they literally advertise Happy in Paradise as a part of their expansion, so I would not be shocked if they did make it so that Nintendo Switch Online has some of the older Animal Crossing games, especially if we do get GameCube and DS. I can't imagine them doing anything like the Wii, so I wouldn't get your hopes up about seeing City Folk, but you never know. And this would be fantastic news for Animal Crossing fans, as we've been waiting to play the older games on a system like the Switch for so long now. I know so many of you have never tried these games out at all because your first Animal Crossing experience was New Horizons, so you'd really be in for a great treat to play these for the first time. I guess we'll have to see exactly what Nintendo does have planned, but after the 3DS and Wii U eShop closures, meaning that games like Animal Crossing Wild World can no longer be played on the Virtual Console for the Wii unless you already bought them, that does raise the expectations for getting these games on the Switch a lot more, in my opinion. I'd love to know in the comments section down below if you would buy the Nintendo Switch Online expanded membership if they did actually release old Animal Crossing games onto it. So yeah, these are the most likely times that we would get some news for Animal Crossing in 2023. Of course, Nintendo is such a secretive company, so it can basically be impossible to tell exactly what they're going to do, but I think looking based off what they've done on the past, we have a pretty good idea of what they might be planning. Either way, I definitely hope that 2023 can be a brighter year for Animal Crossing. I won't set my expectations too high because I think Animal Crossing fans are kinda used to disappointment by now, but who knows? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on channel notifications for more videos.